let's get started. Got thrown off. Was so crowded last week. Yeah, so many people. Okay, extend the legs. Yeah, relax. Let the ankles relax. Oh, I thought you fell down. You went backwards. I thought you were going to go down. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Push the knees down. Yeah. Push the knees down and then let it go. Yeah. Take a breath. Yeah. And then push the knees down again. Yeah. And then let it go. Yeah. Sit back a little bit more. Yeah. There. Yeah. I can see you holding yourself. Yeah. Sometimes the metal folding chairs are better for some of these. Funny, the chair I was doing seated at Catholic Charities, and there's those wire frame ones, yeah, on the seat. So you sit forward like this, and the chair rocks forward, and everybody panics. It doesn't fall, but it's yeah. Okay, stretch. Yeah, stretch the ankles. You stretch the ankles, relax the toes, and just imagine the toes expanding, and then let it go. Shake it out. One more time. Push the knees down. Just enough so you feel the back over here stretching. And then expand and stretch. And then relax. Okay. Yeah, so find opportunities all day long to do these small little stretches. Hi, morning. Oh, you gotta watch your feet, Ross. They're gonna come inside. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, usually she sits over here or something. Yeah. No, so just gotta watch her feet. Hi, good morning. Yeah.
Good morning.
Oh, I like your scarf today. Nice colors.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Hi.
It's so nice to bring
Okay. All right. Extend the legs. So when you extend the legs, relax the ankles. Make sure the ankles can fall. Right. So remember, relaxing Sung. Sung is like number one. Yeah. In there. You guys can adjust your chairs if you cannot see it. Yeah. If some people want to go on that side. All right, bring the hands up. Relax the waist, the hip. And you feel all the joints expanding. And then down. Exhale. Yeah, breathing in as you come up. Yeah, feel your spine. Loosen the hips, loosen the knees, the ankles, the toes. Loosen all the vertebrae. Feel the neck expanding. When you come up, imagine that little thread pulling the head up and suspending. And when you let go, it's still suspending the top of the head. Relax the throat. Relax the chest. When you come down, see if you can feel that energy flowing through your legs, flowing through your feet. And breathe in from the earth. Pull the chi up through the bottom of the feet, through the hips, the spine, come up from the back. Feel your shoulder blades expand. And slowly just let your palms float back down. Breathing in, relaxing, and out. One more time. Focus in the bones. And wherever you flowing the chi, you can just generally say that's the kind of qigong you're doing. So if you're flowing it in the bones, you're doing bone marrow washing or bone qigong. come up from the side. Imagine you looking way out to the horizon, way out at the mountaintop, or scanning the horizon over the fingertips. Breathing in, expanding the fingertips, and out. As you come out, feel the fingertips being pulled and stretched, and then release. And down. Fill up the whole body. Nice deep breath. Expand the lower belly and squeeze and exhale. Slowly let go. Imagine all the blood rushing back in. Focus in the bones. Slowly let go. Deep breath. Ligaments and tendons twisting, wrapping. And then slowly let go. Bring everything back. And down. Slowly bring your feet back. Okay. And think about your spine before we start. Okay. Those muscles right on the side of the spine. Right? Those two sets of muscles. And imagine those muscles grabbing the spine, and it's pulling you one way, and then it releases. When it releases, you spring back, and you pass center, and then you grab it. Before it finishes, you grab it, and then release. It springs back to center, and then you grab it, and then it springs back to center. And the arms relax. Everything just follows that movement. Relax the neck, relax the waist. So when you turn, right, everything follows that. And then releases. When you release, you can feel that like a little jump or a little snap. Yeah, it comes out. And if you want it to snap back to the other way, you grab it quickly. So you can like just pop, and then gently release, or you can gently grab it, and then you can just let it go. Okay? Depending how much spring you want, right? When you're grabbing it, you're coiling up, right? Like you're winding something up. So if you just need a lot of energy to pop out, right? You have to wind it and wind it and wind it. But Sung is still number one, right? So you have to be careful as you're winding it that you don't tense the muscles. Right? Only the spine. Just feel the spine turning, and then you don't pull the head. Right? Everything just follows. And then expand. Right? So you can stretch out, and then just let it go one time. Right? So the more you wind, the more it'll spring back. Right? So you have control how much snap you want, or how gentle you want it to be. And then if you want it to just be like this fast swish, 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 or slow. Yeah? And then you play with it. So remember, you want to get to that point wherever you think about in your body, right? Any place you think, you want to be really conscious of that. You think about your wrist, oh, physically you can feel the wrist. And then you think top of wrist, underneath, center, all of that. And then the other thing you can play with, right? We're really playing with energy. So I had a Aikido friend. He's still around. We don't talk, just because we don't see each other. He's on the other side of the island. But when I was learning healing and I met him, he would talk about using energy to do the healing, and it's real subtle, yeah. So he would say, "Oh, grab the person's shoulder lightly, and you just flow the energy until you feel it soften up." But the exercise he would do is you're holding the ball, and you just imagine energy running in one direction, and then you imagine energy running the other direction, right? This whole circle, yeah? So yeah, hold the hands up and just relax. You gotta let the elbows drop and just stretch the fingertips. And just imagine energy running in one direction, maybe clockwise, and then counterclockwise and clockwise. And drop your shoulders, drop your elbows, and have that gentle expansion. You just have to use your imagination. Yeah, relax your stomach, relax your throat, you smile. Yeah, just with your mind, imagine the energy running through your fingers, your arms, and just keep switching direction. And you want to have that light expansion of the fingertips. And then over time, if you keep on doing it, you start to feel something, right? And always in the beginning, it's am I just imagining it? Am I creating it? But after a while, you realize, oh, you do have control over that. Yeah. Okay. And then you take your palms. So we start with a little qigong, and the center of your palm we call Gung point. Okay. So if you hold that, you imagine you have to feel. You listen to the pulse. So you listen to the heartbeat right in the center, right? And you just hold the hands, just facing each other. So you turn the palms facing each other, relax, and maybe hold it height of heart. And just listen to the center, and just imagine you can feel it pulsing. Don't worry if you don't feel it pulsing. Don't worry if you just feel a sensation, and you have to train the body for it to pulse. Okay? And then you imagine, just like a ping pong ball, that you're sending energy from one palm to the other. Right? So you have this little boom, 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 just this little thread of energy, just bouncing back and forth from palm to palm. And then you bring it you bring the center right above the ears, right about the center, and gently hold it there. And then you imagine that energy, right, from one palm to the other, going through your brain, right, through your head. And just imagine that beam of light, that thread of energy, just traveling and is stimulating the center of your brain, just going back and forth. You just have to relax and just think about it. You don't force it. Just imagine. Don't forget to charge up the sun in your heart with that sun in the sky. And then you can go front to back. So one hand in the front, right about the center, right, and one hand in the back. And then you're sending that energy back and forth between your palms. So behind your forehead, you have your pineal gland. You want to stimulate your pineal gland. And then in the brain, of course, all different centers, right? Whatever they control, memory, or whatever those different centers control, but you're waking up the brain, waking up those cells. And then you come back to the side. So all different ways, you can do it that way. And then the other one is, you imagine like there's a thread. So you can use a center. Well, when I first learned it, you imagine like you're holding a little thread, and that thread's going right through over here, right? And you just floss. You just floss like this. Yeah, that's the way I first learned it. You just floss, right? And it's stimulating that part of the brain. So you can use any of these ways to stimulate the brain, and when you have your own time, right, you can do it as long as you want. Just flossing right in the center. And then the last one, you imagine that from front to back, it's like a little box, a little tube inside there. And so it's a long box this way, And inside that box is like a little grain of rice or a little pea. And when you breathe in, you pull it to the back, and when you exhale, you slam it to the front. You're slamming it to the pineal, yeah? So just imagine, right, that box, you breathe in, and just gently, not tight, just gentle breath in, and then, and you just slam it to the front. Little pea or a little grain of rice. So, stimulating the brain with this imagery. And, we could do a whole class, like the whole half hour could just be doing this Qigong. But you can see where the first one I actually learned was the flossing and then slamming, having that box, right? And then as I develop, I said, I can do this as you do the healing, right? So you can floss, you can just imagine that energy, right? Just like Star Wars, right? Just like electricity going through the palms, and then just playing with energy. Okay? So last week already we started this, right? And then thinking, right? Pulling, right? So you just run through this. Basically about, I think there's like 4, right? We can pull. Right? We can have something else pull, right? Something can be pushing, right? Something can be pushing, or maybe 3, yeah? And then something can be like vacuum, right? Just sucking down and just sucking up, right? So that's different. The pulling, the suction is different from a vacuum, right? Like something with more intent, like let's say I drop a taco on your hand, and then I drag that taco up, right? There's this real intent to pull, yeah. And the other one is more like there's just a vacuum hose above, and it just gets sucked up, right? It just gets floated. But the more you allow your imagery, right? The more you allow something else outside of your body to control you, then you don't have to do anything. So then you can be as 100% Sung, as relaxed as possible. Okay? So you're walking outside and you see that paper bag or that plastic bag or that piece of paper just flying all over you. There's no resistance. There's no resistance of the object to what's acting. It just goes. So if you try and catch that object, cannot, right? Because as soon as the wind changes, it just boom, it goes. And that object, sometimes because the way the wind pattern, sometimes it's being pushed, sometimes there's actually a vacuum, right? Sometimes the wind, the way, you understand what keeps airplanes up in the sky? Not to keep you awake at night, but how come airplanes and birds, when they don't flap their wings, they don't fall out of the sky? Oh, okay, that's going to keep you. Nobody's going to fly airplanes now. It's a really interesting thing. It's kind of mind-boggling, right? We never think about it. We think the jets are pushing, yeah? And that's how the plane stays up. No, the plane stays up by air pressure, by the difference in air pressure. So there's less air pressure on the top of the wing. There's more air pressure on the bottom of the wing, and that pushes and keeps the plane up. And that's why the wings are angled. Anyway, that's the whole science about it. But it's just been pulled, yeah? The less resistance, the easier the plane can fly.
Sorry.
Oh, hi! Oh, you know how to make an entrance, yeah? Right? So that what I'm getting, that's a principle called Bernoulli's principle. But when that bag is flying, yeah, sometimes you see it float straight and then it'll just turn, and sometimes you can tell it kind of whips because it's a bag, right? You'll see it change shape. But sometimes it's being pushed, sometimes it's being pulled, because the air up here is actually going faster. And when the air goes fast up here, it's actually creating a vacuum. Right? You feel that when you're sitting in the exit lane, right? You're waiting for the light to turn and all the cars are whipping by you, right? And you feel your car shake, yeah? Those cars are moving fast, they're pushing, they're creating a fast stream of air over here, and your car gets sucked into that, right? And you feel sometimes really almost violently, yeah? You feel your car like, boom, like, wow, what was that? Yeah, that's what keeps airplanes up. Just that you turn it sideways, up and down. Anyway, that's a whole new lesson. But those are the kind of forces you allow on your body. So, like that's science, right? So you could play with that imagery, like, wow, what if a wind came above you really fast? You would let your hand follow that. It would just get sucked up there. So as you play, right, the lesson of changing the direction of the energy, right, changing the direction back and forth, right, is as you play, everything can change, right? And then you decide, right? So again, that's the hula, right? If you're just practicing, right, side to side, okay, you have to get the form, you have to figure out how to do it, right? And then you have to relax some, right? And then you have to give energy. And then, like I was taught with Lomi, and I realized, oh, it applies to everything, right? Lomi can be light as a feather or down to the bone. So as you start one end to the other end, when you first learn, all the same, right? And then you do another pattern, then you do another pattern, then you do another. But then when you start playing from there to there, you might have oscillated the patterns like 100 times. And then there's no clear distinction. Right? So that's the energy in your body. Right? You just let it move. Right? So as even the warm-up, and we do the warm-up, you can play with energy. Right? Right? You can play with energy through it. So listen to the palms, listen to the bottom of the feet. Right? If you feel changes, right, it doesn't have to be stuck. Right? Take that time to enjoy that change, listen to it, right? And just let it go. Right? That's what makes it fun. Right? That's where the kung fu becomes play. The guy, when you're playing with somebody and they start fighting, oh, you just want to stop it. You just want to hit up, stop it, relax, have fun. Yeah. Okay. All right, hands up. Right? Feet sinking, expanding, and then being pulled into the earth. Top of the head being pulled upwards, fingertips being pulled outwards, expanding. Relax the breath, smile. Right? And make sure that sun is sending that energy through the top of your head to your sun. Take a nice deep breath as you begin. Right? Relax the shoulders, feel the fingertips being pulled and then pulled upwards while the shoulders drop, washing the face. Let the sternum tilt upwards. Feel the palms being pulled forward and then down. And listen for that nice full feeling. And when that body gets full as you're pressing out, there's really no need to press any farther. Look straight ahead and down. The more you relax, the more the vibrations can come out in your body. The more you tense, and you're acting like a dampener in your body. Right? Breathing in and out and down. One more time, breathing in, extending, reaching, washing. Tilt the sternum up. Right there gets full. And just let it go. Number 2, one hand up, one hand down, looking to the side. Fingertips extending. And then drop both shoulder blades. Breathing in. Look at the center of the palm first. And exhale when you're ready, stretching the fingertips. Feel the warmth of the palm and the forearm. Let the bottom hand drop all the way down. And then look only at the second finger. Let the other hand just drop to the side. Let it go. Feel the fingertips stretching and pulling, expanding. And then look through the fingers at the horizon, the mountaintop. Imagine you staring off into space. You're looking at the stars, looking at the galaxies, just looking way out into space. Come back to center, right in front of the throat. Your voice is open, no restrictions in your voice. Turn, sternum up, right there, gets nice and full, and down. Okay, turn and fold the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Try to make them touch. And then up, turn the palms, pull the shoulder blades forward. And breathe. Listen to those muscles under the shoulder blades. Squeeze and stretch them. And stretch them out. All the way down. Yeah, then come forward. Turn the palms out. Check that your feet are still pressing and expanding into the earth. All the way down. Slowly let go. Right? And then one side, left or right, doesn't matter. Let the body turn, let the waist turn. Squeeze that one shoulder blade and then pull it up. And forward, let the waist turn, let the head turn. The fingertips should still be stretched and expanded. And if you want, as you're turning, you can practice that feeling of the muscle grabbing the spine. And then come forward. So the muscle grabs the spine and then it releases. And then it grabs the spine, so you can turn a little bit more and then it releases. And then it grabs the spine, so you can turn. If you're thinking of the spine, right, that helps you to let go of the muscles in your shoulders. Right? Relax and then do the other side. Right, so while you're stretching the shoulder joint, right, you think of the muscle pulling the spine and turning the spine. And that helps you to let go of the muscles underneath your shoulder blades and in the front. You're still activating them, you're still using them, but they're a little bit more relaxed. One more time. When you're done, two arms back, back to front, and then front to back. All the way down. Relax, slowly let go, and then squeeze. All the way down and forward. All the way. Slowly let go. Okay, and then loose circles. Okay, and then slow it down. And then breathe in. Keep the elbows down. Imagine there's a little plumb line on your elbow. Right? And just hang straight down, keeps your elbows straight down. And then same thing, think of your spine, think of those muscles, right? And it grabs and it pulls your spine in one direction and releases. And then it grabs and pulls your spine in the other direction and releases. Breathing in. Yeah, let go of the shoulder joints, let go of the elbow. Just think of your spine being pulled in one direction and releasing. And then pulled in the other direction and releasing. Breathe in and out. And relax. So all of these, and then you don't, if you're focusing on an energy imagery that you want to do, just do that, right? No matter what I'm saying. Right? Because all the different ones I talk about, you can do that one instead. You can imagine the chi running up and down. You can imagine the chi just circulating like this, right? If that's what you think, oh, I really want to practice that, just do it. Yeah, just do that. Okay, hold the ball. One hand up, one hand down. So this one, expanding the spine. Want to warm up the spine. And feel the fingertips being pulled and stretched. And then feel the spine opening up. Use your shoulder blades. And mechanically stretch your shoulder blades away. But you imagine the fingertips being pulled, even the bottom hand being pulled and stretched into the earth. And then relax the hip, relax the neck. Take a deep breath. And exhale when you're ready. Just let that elbow drop straight down. Feel the fingertips being stretched and expanded. Imagine the blood flowing nice and free in the spine. And bottom hand being pulled into the earth. Relax the hip. Relax the throat, the chest. Take a deep breath and expand. Exhale when you're ready. Feel the palm washing through the pericardium channel, up and down, breathing in. Relax the wrist. And out when you're ready. Finish your breath. Same thing, you could pull your spine a little bit to help give that twist. And release. But the goal is to stretch the spine, so we don't want to pull the spine too much, because we want it to expand up and down. Feel the fingertips stretching. Turn the palm, drop the elbow, and pull the spine. Right? Then release the spine, it springs back, and then pull the spine. Breathing in and release the spine. You let go and then pull the spine while you breathe in. And then release. Yeah, use your own timing. Finish the breath. Don't worry. And then pull the spine. And release. You should be able to feel just that little subtle. Every time you think of the spine or the muscles, right, the shoulders release, the breathing is a little easier. Let the palms relax a little bit more. If you're thinking of somewhere else in your body, come back to center. Out. And then turn and hold the ball. Bring it back. Breathe in. Pull the spine gently. Relax the neck. Let everything turn and follow. And exhale when you're ready. Release. Pull the spine. And release. And even though we're in the chair, right, where the hip, as you turn, right, we're letting the hip fold into that joint. And if we're standing, it would be really obvious. But even in the chair, you have to let this turn. One more time. Just rotating that ball between the center of the palm. And then come back to center solar plex. You can feel how the center of your palm connects. Yeah, and out and down. Bring the legs back one at a time. Relax the upper body, relax the shoulders, the arms, the elbows. Yeah. Right? Just that exercise, right? You can feel all that tension. So just bringing one leg back forces to relax. Right? Just make yourself conscious. Okay, a little bit playing with energy. Right? Pull the chi up. Relax the bottom of the feet. Listen to the bottom of the feet as you pull the chi up and then you guide it back down. Again, relax, breathe in, pull and draw the chi up. See if the bottom of your feet feel a little heavy. And then so you pump the chi down if they release. Again, pull the chi up and down. So remember, these are subtle, but you can play with people and you can see if you can make that effect, but you probably can't do it in MMA. Then you become a video joke. But if you can play with energy, what they don't understand is that you can cut people off, or you can make them sink, or you can take away their energy. It's not going to be like the movies and they're going to fly and crush them. But when they try to do something, it's like you threw oil under their feet. So all of a sudden, you took away this little advantage of them, and that's how you use it. It's really subtle. It's really subtle. Yeah. Okay. So align the legs, align the knees straight, and if you do that and you totally relax, right? See what happens to the legs. So if you hold them nice and straight and you relax, right? Does one pull out? Does it pull in? And you listen to that. You just let it go. And what's happening? So if you got them all nice and lined up and you relax, they should stay there, right? But if the outside muscle is too strong, it's going to pull a certain way. If the inside muscle is too strong, it's going to pull a certain way, right? It's going to pull. So you listen to that. That's a little test, right? Like, is it pulling more than one way? And okay, I have to practice straight and I have to strengthen those muscles while the knee is pointing straight in a straight line. So you can do little squats or whatever you do, resistance bands, whatever you do. Yeah? But that helps you to become aware, like, oh, that's why I'm walking funny. That's why the bottom of my shoe is wearing out on this side and not the other side, or the inside, the outside, because you start to see it, right? If the leg is pulling like this, right, then I got all this wear on that side of the shoe. Like, oh, that's why, right? Oh, that's why it hurts a little bit more here, right? Oh, that's why my knee is hurting, because it's torquing. Right? So just make yourself conscious. Like, these are perfect. Right? I didn't do this on purpose, but just where I'm sitting, my feet are right on the line. And these little squares are just about the width we want. Right? So, oh yeah, sorry, all you guys are at an angle. It doesn't work for you. But if you're sitting straight, you can align it with the line. Anyway, you can put tape on the floor of those things. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So hips. Warming up the hips is just just moving the joint, right? That's what we're doing all the time. Right. So hands all the way down, center. Right. You think about which leg you're going to pick up first, and you press the other leg into the earth. Right. Bottom of the feet are connected, heel to toe, pressing. Right, and then expanding, and then the bottom of the feet are being pulled, and then you sink into that hip joint. You keep sinking into that hip joint until the other heel releases, right? And then you can start. Coming up, relax the upper body as much as you can. Right? We don't want to tense the upper body as we do this movement. So each leg is taking turns, finding its form, pressing, expanding, and then being pulled into the earth. And the palms are manipulating energy, right? You're pulling the chi up, holding it up, and then pressing it into the earth. And especially that long movement, feel how the palms and the hands help to pick that foot up. Even that last part, you're pushing the energy into the earth. Right? And so that pumps that leg up right here. Right? It's pumping that leg up while you're pushing the energy into the earth, and then you release it so it falls. Press. And back and hold the ball. Relax. Drop one knee and turn. Pull the spine. Pull the fingers straight to the front. Gently release. And then drop the knee and pull the spine in the other direction and pull the fingertips. Fingertips being pulled. And allow the waist to turn. Allow the hip to open up. Right? You can take a step if you want. Breathe in and out. Relax. And so you can create as much stretch as is comfortable for you. So this one you really don't have to stand to open up the hip. Let the body turn or pull the spine. Pull the spine. And let the body fold into the hip. When you come out, let both hands come out. So you turn and both hands are being pulled forward. That imagery of cables attached to your fingertips and pulling the fingers forward. Right? Pulling the fingers forward. Right? And then releasing. Come back to center. One open and close. Right? Hands open. Breathing in. Opposite hand and foot. The body suspended. Press the heel. Push the knee down. And stretch the fingertips. And then lift. And feel how the hands, the palm is connected to the leg, right? Helping to pick it up, helping to send it out, helping to hold that leg up. Okay, so heel, knee, and then pump the foot, and then lift. See if that hand is holding the leg up, you cannot drop that hand, right? And right here, right? This hand is helping to hold that leg up. Oh, look how nicely everybody's doing the hand now. Oh, and then turn, pull the spine. And you see how now the hand and the leg, right, are connected right here, right? They're connected. Yeah, and down. It's funny, yeah. If you make that connection now, before the hands didn't connect to the leg, and the hands might come out here, but you watch everybody, it's like coming back. Oh, right, that tucks right in. You cannot let it go because you can feel the leg now. Yeah. So the way this works, right, when we're doing this one, right, so okay, stepping out, right. So right, this is helping to pull the leg up, right. It's like suspending it up here, right, letting it down, and then pressing the chi into the earth. So it's displacement of energy, right? So if you press the chi up, that helps to pick up the other leg. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, it's like this. Yeah, from here. Right? And then as you're coming down, you're letting that pressure go, right? So it can fall, right? And then you're drawing it up, pulling that leg up, right? Holding it up, right? Releasing. And then as you're pumping the chi down, right? That helps to displace that one. And down. And then you pump the chi, which helps to release the back leg. And then you let all that go. So there's a big energetic connection. And it's just mechanics, right? It's just a hydraulic line. But you're just playing with that. So if I was playing push hands with you, right, and our hands were connected, right, I could start with, okay, you do all the intent, I'll just follow, right? And then as I get bored, it's like, oh, what if I do it? I get lost. And then you have to wake up and respond to that. Oh, external energy, right? So how do you respond? And how does the other hand respond? So doing all of this, right? Imagining all those different ways of doing it, pulling, pushing, and you become real sensitive because you think of that, you feel it, right? When you touch somebody, you just listen, oh, they're that external energy, right? They're that energy that you're going to follow or not follow, right? Or you're going to pull them along. Yeah. And then it becomes dance. All right, where are we? Okay. So same thing, yeah? Pick up. So even this movement, you can see, right? How the hands can pick up the leg. You still have to sink into here. It's still form and mechanics. And then holding everything, right? The palms can hold this up. This has to sink to release all that stress from this leg, right? It's all sinking in here, but this is helping to keep that leg up, right? And then you relax a little bit to let it down and pick it back up the other side. So the more you can press this leg down, the more you can sink into here, the more this leg just floats. And then it just becomes intention to pick up and down. Okay, and switching. And switching, small toe, big toe. And release. Okay, draw the heel up, pull the heel up. Stretch the toes, stretch the bottom of the feet. Oh. And open and close the hands while you're doing this. Now, one more time, pull and stretch. Okay, so before we do the set, stand up for a little while. Yeah? And then, so connecting the hands and the feet, right? So if you take a little bit wide stance, yes, but still comfortable, right? Make it safe, right? Relax a little bit, right? And if you pull the chi up, and I pull my spine, right? So I'm my spine and pulling the chi up, and I let my body shift to one leg, right? And then I pump the chi down, and I pull my spine the other way. It's just going to push me over. Yeah. So, and then we have to let this turn, right? So let this turn as much as comfortable, and then pull the chi up, and sinking into the other leg. And the more you sink into the hip, right, and turn and sink. And turn, and the more you sink into the hip, fold into the hip and turn, then listen to the heel. The heel will start to release. Yeah? And the heel release, just let it release. Just let that heel release. Right? And then pull the other side or pump the chi down. And let it turn and fold, and let the foot release. So if it's releasing, we're starting to walk, right? We're starting to switch. The only difference is we're walking in place, and you're just pumping. And pull the spine. If you can add pulling the spine, right, then something else is doing the work for you. Now, to release the leg, right, you have to give up here, no resistance. So you have to relax, and then this will release. Okay? And you listen, because the normal reaction when you pick up one leg is we tense, right? Like, oh, make that muscle stronger, right? It's like, that's resistance training. Pick up the weight, oh, got to activate, flex all the muscles. So we do the same thing to here. So you can relax. I'll see everybody relax, but there's that little fear, because that's how we learn. That's how we learn it, right? So as soon as we pick up this, we all start doing this. But if you do this, you can feel like, oh, I lost that stability with the ground. So you have to continue that, right? And relaxing. Right? Don't let that panic set in here. So relax. The more you relax, and then you're going to feel it really strong in the center part of the leg, as opposed to the whole leg, every muscle. Yeah? So again, it's not right or wrong. Okay? If I don't have time to exercise, and I got to do one move to exercise every muscle, then I'm not going to turn, right? I'm going to struggle, because every muscle is going to activate, but I'm really not as balanced as possible, yeah? If I want to learn how to really balance and be efficient and sung, right, then as soon as I turn, this automatically releases. All the other muscles, the supporting muscles, become a little bit more relaxed, and I can feel that cable, right, that steel cable in the center that really wants to do all the work, really has to activate. And then the other supporting muscles can relax and just support the way they need to support. But if you don't turn, right, then you're fighting this natural movement of folding. If you're fighting it, that means you're holding it in place, and that's how all those muscles have to activate, because you're forcing a form that's really not as natural as it should be, right? But if you fold, it'll relax. Okay? So, thinking of the palms, right? Get to that point where you can sink and release the leg, right? And stay relaxed, right? Force yourself to be relaxed. Right? You have to just take your time and turn and force yourself to be relaxed. Don't fight. And so you have to develop that habit. You have to develop that trust in your own body, in your own skills, right? And turn. Okay. So as you can free the leg up and be relaxed, right? Then it could come in. And then it could step out, right? And then it's walking, right? Either direction, right? And you could still just kind of walk back and forth. It could be big steps or small steps, right? But you can feel to release. You really have to let go and force yourself. It sounds funny, but you have to force yourself to relax and let go. Yeah? And I'll show you something funny. Okay, so if you stand, right, you have to turn, right? So just relax and just turn, right? So kind of shift to one side so you can pick up the leg, just in place, and pick up the leg and turn. Just all in here, right? And turn, and then you stand up a little bit more, just so it's relaxed, and turn, and then you walk and turn, and you walk like this, yeah? Yeah, small steps, but you have to turn. Every time you turn, you can release a leg. Just think here. Yeah, step. What are we doing?
Right to the left.
1, 2, 3, cha-cha-cha. Yeah? Right? 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. Right? Army to the left, army to the right, right? So it's funny, but it turns into the dance.
Yeah.
So if you want to dance, you have to let this turn, right? And then this releases, right? It just comes in. But what makes it the dance is I don't turn, stop, then turn, step, right? You're like, oh, is there another partner? I can dance it, right? It flows, right? And turning already, right? Releasing and then turning, right? And then releasing and turning and releasing and turning. So again, right? We teach, turn your body, right? Oh, you have to fold into here. Turn your body. So you turn your body, you don't think of folding, right? Because you think turning your body and you're wondering, why is the teacher yelling at me like you're not turning? I'm turning. They're looking over here. So you turn, but it's still stiff. But if you let it turn, right? Let that joint fold. It's a little way of thinking of it, then the body turns. Right? So turn. So not just turn and turn, it's let it turn. Right? Let it turn. Right? So yeah, you guys all going home. I know some of you going to do this. You go home, right? Relax, you step and turn, right? Just think here, turn, right? Turn, right? Oh, that dance comes out. I think Bruce Lee was a championship ballroom dancer, right? Right? He was studying, right? He was studying the Kung Fu and he was applying, right, the body mechanics. Right? So the dancing made his Kung Fu better, the Kung Fu made his dancing better, right? Because he was letting go and studying that, because he was so, right? He was so intent, right? Yeah. Okay. So stepping, right, side to side, right? The arm is side to side. You can see it easy, right? Your hand like this. Oh yeah, it's all those Latin dances, right? You just let this go. But what if we step forward? Okay. So you step forward. Right? How am I going to pick up that back leg? Right? We still have to turn. Right? So you still have to grab the spine, turn, and fold into here. Right? Then the back leg will release, but now we just have to step up. Right? And then we have to shift, and then we have to turn. Right? And then the back leg will release. Right? And then step up, and then we have to turn. Right? And sink into here and keep turning until the back leg releases. So it feels a little different, right? But same thing. Right? I want to pick up the opposite leg. I have to shift all my weight to that leg and I have to let it turn all the way, right? And relax. Yeah. So when we say turn and it doesn't work, you're thinking, why doesn't it work? I'm turning. Why is the teacher still yelling me to turn? Because it's not turning the body, it's letting the joint fold. That's how you turn. It's just a little different way. And then all of a sudden, oh, I'm turning. Right? That's where it is. We're not teaching properly how to turn. You have to let the joint fold. Then the body turns. Okay? All right. So, yeah, so next time you do your hula, you do your dance class, write a note on your hand, Tai Chi, right? So you remember like, oh yeah, it's just body mechanics, right? Doesn't matter, Tai Chi, dance, hula, gymnastics, whatever. Oh yeah, I have to apply what I'm learning. But we don't do that, right? We just get into like, when I do my Kung Fu, I get into that, like, wait, I have to relax. I go back to 20 years ago, how I used to train. It just, yeah, that wanting to just power and be fast. I have to, wait, relax. So the only way I can do that, I have to take a movement and think, wait, what am I learning in Tai Chi? And practice that movement with that same idea and principle. Yeah, and there. So I have to become baby again. Right? Start all over from the beginning and retrain how I do a move. Not easy, right? Not easy. All right, extend the legs, come up. Yeah, let's feel the body expand and down. And slowly bring the leg back. Right? So form is number one. Right? Set your body so you're comfortable. Right? When you feel you can move, everything just where it should be. Right? And then expand the muscles, right? Flex the muscles, activate the muscles to set that form in place. And then relax and start expanding. Right? So the spine is expanding up, right? The legs are expanding down, the arms are expanding, whatever direction they're pointing to, but out to the fingertips. Relax the breathing. Okay? And then feel like something's pulling the legs into the earth, something's pulling the fingertips outwards, and something's pulling the top of the head from there. Okay? So that's a sequence of activating your strength, your energy to issue outwards. Yes, and that's still form. Right, and then relax. Relax is number one. Sung is number one. So as something else pulls on your body, you can relax and let go and let that external energy, that external force act on you. And then relax your breathing. And then heart is number one. So you think of that sun in the sky, feeding that energy down through the top of your head, flowing into your chest, into a little sun in your chest. Relax your face and smile from the heart. Smile from that area, the center of the chest. You take a deep breath and look straight ahead. Let it all out. Take a second deep breath. Let it all out. Start to stare way in front of you. Take a third deep breath. You can stare at the horizon, the mountaintop, or imagine you staring way out into space, into the stars. Breathe regular. And then when you're ready, as you breathe in, commencement, with the breath in, you start picking up that ball of energy, expanding. Fingertips still being pulled, but you bring it and introduce it to your heart. Make that connection. Smile. Rolling. From the bottom of your body, rising up through the center, through the throat, the forehead, out the top of your head. Expand and contract. Nice deep breath. Sternum up. Single whip to your right first. Turn and press. Pull the spine and then release the spine. Pull the hands up a little and then release the right hand. So it starts falling to Wan Sau. Sink into the hip. Right? Pull the spine, release and pull the spine, and then sink into that hip joint. Release the spine and then pull the spine. And sink into that left hip joint. And release the spine, and then pull the spine. And sink into that left hip joint and come back to center. Release. Let the body turn a little bit to the left as you spiral back. And just let the spine oscillate back and forth. And then left side. Pull the spine to the left. Pull the hands out. Pull the fingertips up. And then release and open. Drop the left hand. Pull the spine. Pull the fingertips. Release the spine. Pull the fingertips. Pull the spine. Release. Come back to center. Release the spine and let it spring a little to the right. And let it just bounce back and forth. Brushing the knee, right side. Pull the spine to the right and pull the fingertips straight up. And as you release the spine, pull the fingertips to the front, to the heart. Then release the spine and pull the fingertips, then release and pull the whole palm and release the bottom hand. Pull the spine to the left as the palms come to the center and release. And then pull the spine to the right, the left fingertips being pulled up. Pull Pipa right here. We're playing the Pipa. and then release, and then pull the spine to the left, sink into the left hip, and then release. Let it spring back. And then pull the spine and sink into the right hip, and then release the spine and let it spring back. Pull and then release and let it spring back and cover. All the way outside of the knee. Breathe in and start to grab. And exhale and release. And then pull the spine to the left and pull the fist straight forward and then release. And you spring back to the center. Wrist on top of wrist. So wrist on top of wrist. And then drawing back. And gather, compress, and then release. And draw the palms back to the center, back to the heart. And then left side. Pull the spine to the left, pull the fingertips up. And as you release the spine, pull the fingertips to the front, to the center. And then release and expand that heart energy through the palms. And keep on pulling the spine to the right. And then release. Pull the spine left and pull the right fingertips out. This is whole Pipa, playing the Pipa right here. And as you release, let it spring back. And then pull the spine all the way, sink into the hip. And as you release, it'll spring back. And then pull the spine and sink into the hip. And as you release, right, the shooting palm, the Parry comes out. And then pull the spine. As you release, you cover. Right? Wrist on wrist, outside of the knee. Breathe in and start to grab. Pull the spine, and as you release, let it spring back. And then pull the fist straight forward. Pull the spine, and then release. Okay, until it's wrist over wrist right in the center. And then pull the palms back. And gather. And compress in the lower dantian. And then release. And feel the palms being pulled forward. And then release. And bring it back to the heart. One open and close. Okay, left side again, repeat. Pull the spine left, pull the fingertips up. Release the spine and pull the fingertips straight forward to the heart. You tap the heart and release. And flow that heart energy out through the left palm. Okay. Release the spine so you spring back to the left. And then pull the spine left. And as you release, the right palm springs back. Okay. And then pull the spine left and feel the hands being sucked down. And then it starts to release. And the palm gets pulled upwards. And as you tuck the elbow in, pull the spine to the left. And then pull the fingertips out. And as you release the spine, drag the fingertips in a nice big spiral. And then release. One open and close. And then right side, brushing the knee first. Pull the spine and pull the fingertips up. Breathing in. Fingertips forward and exhale. And pull the spine a little to the left. And then as you release it, right, the hand springs. And then pull the spine left. And as you release, the palms get sucked down and pull the spine to the right. And as it releases, you suck the palm straight up. And then release. And then pull the spine to the right. And pull the fingertips out. And as you release the spine, you spring back and drag the fingertips with you. Double palm. Lift the sternum, relax and expand. Fist under elbow. Pull the spine to the right and pull the palms out. And then as you release, the right hand drops. And then pull the spine all the way. And as you release, the bottom hand holds a fist. And you spring back and then pull the spine to the right until fist under elbow. Breathing in. And as you release, you spring back and then pull the fist forward and then pull the spine to the left. And as you release, the palm releases, the spine releases, Right? So you spring back to the right, repulse monkey, and then brushing the knee. Lift the sternum. Keep on turning. Pull the spine to the left. Pull the fingertips forward as you release the spine, brushing the right knee. Lift the sternum. Pull the spine to the right. Lift the sternum. As you release, you spring back. Right? And then pull the spine. And as you release, the palm comes out. And as you release the spine, right, you turn back. The palms get sucked out. And then pull the spine to the right. And as you release the spine, it springs back. And pull the palm up. And tuck the elbow. Pull the spine to the right. And pull the fingertips out. And as you release the spine, drag the fingertips. Lift the sternum. One open and close. Last fist under elbow. Pull the spine and pull the palms out and drop the left hand. Feel the left hand being pulled and sucked down, and then pull the spine. As you release the spine, the left hand grabs a fist and turns, and then pull the spine to the left. Breathing in. As you release, the fist starts being pulled forward, and then pull the spine to the right and release the fist. As you release the spine, right, you spring back to the left. Breathe in, pull the fingertips straight to the heart, and expand that heart energy, and release the right hand. Release and pull the spine right. Breathing in, and pull the fingertips straight to the heart, and then release that heart energy through the palms. And then pull. Breathe in and out. Lift. As you release the spine, you start springing back to the left, and then pull the spine to the left. And as you release the spine, the right palm flies forward. And as you release the spine, you pull the palms in, and then pull the spine to the left. As you release the spine, you pull the palm straight up. And tuck the elbow and release the spine. And out. And then release the spine and drag the fingertips in a big spiral. Double palm. Sternum up. Last open and close. Feel the palms being pulled forward as you lift the sternum. Nice deep breath. And slowly release the shoulder blades, and the fingertips are slowly being directed down into the earth. Just feel the fingertips being pulled, but release the shoulders and press one leg, left or right. And you have to flow that energy from the palms into the earth to help to release the legs. Right? And then let everything go. Okay, rub the hands. Open, close. Yeah, shake all that up. Okay. How's that? Is the imagery are you getting used to doing the imagery? Yeah. Are you starting to feel like it's not just one thing? It's like, oh yeah, and then it gets confusing sometimes, right? We have to do directed instruction. Like that's just process of learning. Yeah? If you want to learn it, you got to drill and practice. You cannot get around it. And then, so, that's just a process of learning. But when you let go and you think, oh yeah, there's all these energies, yeah. It's not just creating a vacuum. It's not just being pulled by a vacuum. It's not just being pushed, right? It's not just the other hand just going, right? You can switch that back and forth as much as you want. Yeah. Oh, since our hula teacher is here, I was teaching them, I showed them how to release the hip if they want. So it turns into hula, it turns into salsa, it turns into whatever you want. Yeah. So, yeah. If I get the video out, you can remember today's video. What is today? 13th? Is it the 13th?
13. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thursday the 13th, not Friday the 13th. Yeah. Now some years my pro girlfriend gets it. May 13th is Friday and it's Mother's Day weekend. But at our age, we don't care, right? We just laugh about it. Okay, loosen everything up. Extend the legs, push the heels out, push the knees down gently, and then release and practice releasing. Oh, I felt that release. Oh, I could feel that vibration all the way over here. One more time. So you have to do that, the whole body, right? Even the neck. So how would you do the neck, right? I mean, you can do the turning, you can do up and down, but pull the head back, right? Tuck the chin in. And as you're pulling the head back, something pulls from the front and relax and imagine the neck stretching upwards. Right? Let everything go, but something else pulling to help to release those vertebrae, the neck vertebrae. Yeah, and then while you're doing that, you could pull the shoulders down and really create that difference, right? And then release. Yeah. So all over your body, right? Every place has muscle and joints has tension. So fingertips stretching, toes stretching, expanding. Yeah, everything. Okay, and then shake it out. Yeah, shake it out. Okay. All right, relax the legs. So comfortable form, right? Relaxed form, balanced form. Just make yourself like that perfect soap bubble. It's Sung. Nice gentle form. Just that smiling heart energy. That light expansion, just enough Sung. Just enough to be a perfect soap bubble. Smile. Relax the chest, relax the throat. Any distractions, acknowledge them and bring yourself back to your breathing, your meditation. And gently create an imagery of the sky. Gently imagine you're looking straight up into the sky, the galaxies. And gently you can see one galaxy swirling, gently swirling. And gently that swirl, the bottom, the tail of that swirl connects to the top of your head. Gently imagine as it's swirling, it's just flowing energy down through the top of your head, through your spine, through your chest, below your belly button into your lower dantian. Right? And you can imagine stars in that swirl flowing down into your body with light energy. Just relax your throat, relax your chest. And gently let that imagery fade out. And replace it with the imagery from the sun. Let that nice, beautiful sun sending energy down, charging up the sun in your heart. Relax your face and smile. As you breathe in, let the lower belly relax and expand fully. When you can't breathe anymore, you just relax. And you naturally let the exhale come out. When that seems to stop, then you squeeze the lower belly in, gently squeezing out that last bit of air. And as you relax, you just let it expand. You feel your body vibrate, just let it vibrate. And lightly open your eyes, turn your palms to you, and lightly bring them up, facing the center of the palm towards your spine. And just listen to the palms and listen to your body as the palms face different parts of your body. And just scanning the center of your body up and down. Just see if there seems to be different sensations as your palms pass different parts of your body. You aim it all the way down at the tailbone, at the perineum, and just do one more light scan before we finish. The eyes can be lightly closed or a little bit open, doesn't matter. And then when you're done, just let your arms fall at the side. Take a deep breath. Let it all out. Slowly open your eyes and do one last gather. Breathing in. Out. Okay. Alright, right hand, left hand. Alright, thank you everybody. Yeah, so it's really is fun to play with energy. Yeah, it's subtle, but slowly you can feel it. Yeah, it's really subtle, but it's there. Yeah, yeah. And then maybe one day we'll just kind of play with partners, and because the more you feel it, then you get sensitive to it. We can do push hands in the chair. You can stand up, but it's just that feeling, that playing. Yeah, yeah. Really, when I didn't have this level of knowledge, but when I started bringing in this push hands, some guys would get it and some guys would just they thought it was a fighting game, yeah? Because I'd be tapping the chest and tapping the head and they get all defensive and, So I talked to the person I'm learning from, said, when they do that, you just got to grind their shoulder. You start just thinking of the shoulder and everything sinks and they just, So no matter what, right, self-defense turns into fighting. And but if everybody's having fun, then it's play. And it really is play, yeah. I was watching a video. There's a big guy in the mainland. He's got his tomahawk head, and he's just this big guy. And he goes to the push hands tournament. And he's doing Tai Chi, and everybody's fighting. That's why when I watch push hands, it's like, let's fight. And he just sits there and he just sinks. And he just smiles and relaxes and boom. Yeah. He does it the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. And he's big. He could muscle if he wanted, yeah. But he doesn't. Yeah. He uses that mass just to help him sink. Yeah, in different energy from there. Okay. Alright. Stand up. As you stand up, just loosen up a little. Right? If you need to push the knees back, stretch a little. Yeah, go up and down a little. When you do squats, I'm finding if you rest your hands on your knees and you squat, right, that helps you to keep you from shooting your knees forward, yeah? If you rest your hands here. But if you don't use your hands on the knees, right, then we tend to do this. But if you keep your hands here, right, it helps to keep the knees in line. Yeah. Real good exercise. If your legs are going in and out, those resistance bands. Yeah, buy the decent ones. I bought the cheap ones from Ross. Pack. Yeah, they're really cheap. Yeah, buy the thicker ones. They're still not that expensive, but it's just, you wear the resistance bands and you just do these little squats and you do side to side movements, walking. Yeah, that really helps to develop the side muscles in and out. Yeah. But remember that fold from there. Okay. We gotta. Where do you want the chairs?